Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Nick, and this is the 90's Guy Show. I wanted to talk a little bit today about Blockbuster Video. Now, those who were alive during the 80's and 90's and mid-2000s, you know, before Netflix and Hulu and Redbox, stuff like that, you had to actually go to a store to rent a video. Whether it was a VHS, DVD, video game, whatever, you had to actually physically go to the store. Now, Blockbuster was founded in 1985 in Dallas, Texas, by a guy named David Cook. The stores were very interesting because he customized each store according to the area. So he would have different movies according to the demographic of the area. Huge catalog. It was known for having such a large selection, and that was kind of unheard of, really. I mean, they purchased out their rivals, which were Major Video and a place called Aral's, if I'm saying that right. They also won a case against Nintendo America in 1987, which paved the way for you to be able to rent video games. Up until that point, you couldn't do it. The other interesting thing was they purchased Sound Warehouse and Music Plus in 1992, which they formed Blockbuster Music. In 93, they bought the controlling interest in Spelling Group, which, as you know, was run by Aaron Spelling. For $8.4 million, Viacom purchased Blockbuster. At this point, they started to have a little bit of financial problems due to the economy, I believe. I'm not really sure what caused it. Here's some more information I've come across. Now, I am reading off some of my notes. I'm not an expert on everything. But in 2002, they bought the Movie Trading Company, which, as you know, the Movie Trading Company was a company that had movies, toys, games, all kinds of stuff. 2004, Blockbuster Online. Now, here's a little interesting thing that I did not know. Apparently, in 2000, they had the chance to purchase Netflix for, what's it say here, $40 million. It was a fledgling company. Who knew that by them turning down that offer, that Netflix and Redbox would basically defeat Blockbuster? Who knew? But they started Blockbuster Online. It was a DVD service where you could pick the movies. It'd be delivered to your store. And then you could actually bring the movies into the store, trade them in, and you could rent some more. You could get games that way as well. They almost purchased Circuit City in 2008, which, thank God they didn't, because Circuit City ended up declaring bankruptcy the following year. Up until 2004, they had 4,000 stores. And as of right now, there's about 51 franchise stores in Alaska, Florida, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Dakota, Tennessee, and Texas. They also had the opportunity of purchasing Hollywood Video in 2004, which apparently, according to the FTC, they kind of stepped in and said no. Which, of course, Hollywood Video also went bankrupt. The biggest controversy of Blockbuster was their campaign they did, where it was basically no more late fees. But what they didn't tell you is if you didn't return the movie after 30 days, the entire amount of the movie would be charged to your account. They were sued for this for misleading advertisement. One of the campaigns I remember was the two gerbils, or hamsters, which were voiced by Jim Belushi and James Woods. They aired during the Super Bowl, and they did a little campaign for a couple of years. Kind of cool. Um, One of the things I remember the most about Blockbuster was towards the, like, if you remember renting videos, you know for a fact that there'd always be like maybe 2, 3 copies, maybe 1 copy. Blockbuster had numerous copies of all the new releases, so you had a better chance at getting the video you wanted. Or if you were lucky, you would be able to catch the video in the return slot. Somebody may have returned it that day. But we had a Blockbuster about 10 minutes away from us in Danville, Illinois. It closed, obviously. The company declared bankruptcy in 2010 and was purchased by Dish Network in 2011 for $320 million. It's unfortunate the Blockbuster had to declare bankruptcy. Like I said, there's actually a Blockbuster in Indiana, which I would love to visit. I don't know. It's just one of those things that this generation, besides family video, will not know the experience of going to a store, picking up a tape or DVD and seeing it and being able to take it home that day. Now we have Redbox, Hulu, Netflix, where you just get it streamed to your house. But there was just something special about it. You walked in there. I remember the iconic shelving units, the white shelving units with the blue on it. And they had all the tapes lined up. And you would see the VHS tape in front. And then the back would be the actual tape in the clamshell. And then you would look at the description of the tape and decide whether you wanted to, take it home with you or not. New releases, I believe, were $2.99. Regular releases were, I believe, $1.50, something like that. I remember renting many video games from there, many VHSs, DVDs, kids' movies, like Pound Puppies, Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, all kinds of different movies over the years. I remember the day that I went in there and they were actually starting to clearance out their VHS tapes because they were switching to DVD and Blu-ray. Because Blockbuster ultimately chose to go with Blu-ray over HD DVD, which, as you all know, HD DVD was basically beat out in the competition. Those are basically useless. Unless you have the HD DVD player, you basically have like little frisbees. But that's besides the point. Blockbuster will always be a huge memory in my life, as it will be in many. I remember the big gumball machine that was in there, and if you got a certain gumball, I think you got like a free rental or something. I remember getting a free book that was up on the counter one time, and it was like the list of like the greatest movies of all time. It gave a description and a picture of the cover. There's actually a little bit of a remnant of our Blockbuster. The Blockbuster that we used to visit when I was little, up until, obviously I was a teen. The building's still there. It is now a rehabilitation center. Not like drug rehabilitation center, but like physical therapy. And on the door still has the Blockbuster exit sign sticker on the window. And there's still the drop box for the tapes. I remember getting in trouble for returning tapes late, and my dad would be like, why is there a $15 charge in our account? I'd be like, I don't know, maybe they forgot to put it in the computer. No, it was because my brother and I had forgot it in the back seat of the car, underneath the seat or something, just forgot to return it. Which, I still have my Blockbuster card, actually. It just kind of sucks. I mean, I know that times change, and I think their ultimate demise was the fact that they didn't move with the times. They decided to just kind of go along with their regular business as usual, and they missed out on the whole streaming DVD service, and I think that's what ultimately killed them. But it's still kind of cool to see that the stores still do exist. There was one in Champaign, which is like 30 minutes away from me, and I drove by it pretty recently. Apparently, since they went out of business, everything's still in the building, all the shelving units, everything, because nothing ever went in after the Blockbuster pulled out of it. But Blockbuster Video, campaigns, make it a Blockbuster night. They also had a campaign for the kids' videos, the Blockbuster Kids, the commercials. They'd have all different kinds of kids' videos. There was actually a little section of the store that was like, kind of made out of shelving, and you'd have like seats in there, and then there was a TV that the kids can go in there and sit and watch movies, while the parents were shopping. They had popcorn and candy shelves up by the registers. You could actually buy movies, which I bought lots of movies from Blockbuster because they had like, 3 for $20, 4 for $20. The DVDs were really cheap because once they became, DVDs, a lot of the time what they would do is once the release became old, they would sell off all the extra copies. So they were previously viewed DVDs. But anyways, in 2016, the only franchise left pretty much is Family Video. How they still survive, I have no idea. But thank you, Blockbuster, for all the memories that you gave me and everyone else of my generation. And thanks for watching. Like this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you all later.